as we sing the university's anthem, please.
Thank you for your preservation. We thank you for gathering us once again. We thank you for this program. We thank you for our freshers. We commit the program into your hands. Steer the affairs of this program. And at the end of the day, all glory and honor shall be ascribed unto you. In Jesus' name, amen.
To chair this very important occasion for us is Professor John, Dean of Faculty of Banking and Accounting and Finance.
Good morning to you all. There are three things that I want you to take note of. Your purpose for coming to school, your ability to make friends, of course, good friends, not just any friends, and also developing a very good relationship with your God. And so, as you go through your studies, be guided by these three things. And I'm very sure that at the end of the day, you will leave here successful. Once again, on behalf of the Vice-chancellor, on behalf of the HOD's management, I want to welcome all of you to UPS. This is the best university in the whole world. I'm very sure that you enjoy your stay with us. Thank you very much, and God bless us.
Next is Reverend Dr. Stephen Echampong, Deputy Registrar, going to talk to us about the vision, mission, history, virtually everything you need to know about UPSA.
Thank you very much, MC. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this important ceremony, which is the orientation, and also to the University of Professional Studies. It is very important for all of us to know our way around the university. Now, the history of the university. The university was once called the Institute of Professional Studies. And this Institute of Professional Studies was established by a private man called Narcotics in 1965. In 1979, the government, the military government, head of state, took over the university. And then in 1999, the university became a public institute. And in 2008, the university was fully fledged as a government university that was given the mandate to award its own certificates. And in 2012, the university was renamed from IPS to University of Professional Studies. And now we see a lot of developments going on all around campus because of this progress of the university. And in 2018, that is 26 February, the President, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, conveyed a plaque to rename the university after the founder of the institute, Nana Akufo-Addo. So the founder of the university, which was then Institute of Professional Studies, IPS, was founded by Nana Akufo-Addo And the president in 2018 unveiled a plan to rename the university after the founder, Nana Akufo-Addo. The necessary constitutional and legal processes have been put in motion to effect the name change to Nana Akufo-Addo University of Professional Studies. The vision and mission of the university is to be a world-class higher education provider in both academic and professional discipline, nationally trained. Thank you very much.
So let's welcome Colonel Apenkwan, Director of Security Services, to walk us through what we need to know so we are safe on this campus.
Good morning once again. I think we are all matured enough to know that security is very important, and we need security to ensure that we can have a very good steady period over here. If you are not safe, if your environment too is not safe, you cannot have a good stay here. So I'm here to remind you that security is very important for your studies here, and also to give you a few guidelines since we are a bit new over here. I'll cover some security guidelines and what constitutes security breaches, and then I'll end up with some precautionary measures that we need to follow. We need to comply with university dress regulations. This will be elaborated by one of the speakers. But the bottom line is that you need to dress decently. That is the school's requirement. Some type of dressing may attract uncomfortable questions from authorities and the security guards. So please, if you don't want to get these uncomfortable interactions with us, please dress decently. And always have your student's ID card handy. It's very, very important. Because we can't identify you without your ID card. Now you may not have your ID card, so you may use a proof of registration. That probably will be on your habit on your mobile phone. So when you are present, you can easily show it and know that you are one of us. You are adults, therefore you are primarily responsible for your own actions and inactions, as well as your personal safety and security. The security guards will support you by ensuring a safe and secure environment for your studies. Ensure your personal effects are well secured, whether you are carrying them on you or they are in your hostel rooms or in your vehicle. Theft of electronic gadgets, especially iPhones and laptops, is the most common crime on campus and in the hostels. But if you submit to all rules and regulations of the university, you read them online on the student's handbook, I think you will not have any problem with your personal belongings. Note, around campus we have a disclaimer, especially those with vehicles. We are saying that the parking slots are free, but if you park your car, make sure it is locked and you don't leave any attractive item in the vehicles. If you leave them and they are stolen, the university will not be held responsible. Then some security breaches. Stealing, vandalism will not be tolerated. Avoid walking alone in the night. Around here, please avoid walking alone in the night. Always be in a group and walk in a well-lit area. I want to caution you that the road to the Legon Junction from UPSA to Legon Junction used to be a very, very dangerous route. Now they've expanded the route, so I don't know whether the criminals are gone, but be very, very careful when you are using that route, especially in the night. And suspicious persons, you think that people around you are all students. There are instances where non-students are mixed up with students in their lecture rooms, and we suspect they are the people who have been stealing. So when you find anybody you don't think is a student, you quietly tell us, a lecturer, tell a faculty staff, or a security guard, and let's investigate. If probably if it's a student, will be free. If it's not a student, they'll take the appropriate action. I want to end by saying that please contribute positively to the image of this university. Whatever you post on your social media may have security implications. And if you don't, I don't think you want to tarnish the image of the university, because it's going to be on your certificate, it's what you will use to look for a job. So if you do something on the social media that will bring down the image of the university, you will be hurting yourself as well. I want to say that discipline is essential and academic work and success for your life. So train yourself to be disciplined, and that begins with obeying rules and regulations.
Extremely brief, wasn't he? That's how we want the next presenters to do. Thank you very much, Colonel Patrick Apenkwa. We'll move on. The Director for Academic Services is right here, and he's going to arm you with information that will help you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And congratulations to all of you freshers on your admission to UPSA. I will start off my presentation with who a student of UPSA is. To be a student of UPSA, one must apply and have been duly admitted to the university, followed the approved program of study over the accepted period, and satisfy the following conditions. So, as a student of UPSA, you must show proof of regular enrollment. Proof of regular enrollment means that you must register at the beginning of every semester. Now, as freshers, I believe all of you here have duly registered. So as a fresher, you started off by making payment at the bank. You get onto Interpay. Very soon, our finance directorate will tell you what Interpay is. So it's a payment platform. You go there, you disburse your fees. You get onto our student information system and register online before you come to campus to do your in-person registration. So if you have done that, you have what we call proof of registration, which reads verified. Once you have a proof of registration as verified, you have completed about 80% of your registration. All of you here, the university has not enrolled you to pursue a distance learning program. So you can't be far off and claim you are a student of UPSA. You have to attend lectures. So as we speak, your teaching timetable is available on the university's website. And I believe it has also been put on your WhatsApp group platforms. So study the timetable, teaching timetable carefully, know when you are supposed to attend lectures. So every course has 3 hours, maximum of 3 credit hours. 2 hours for in-person lectures and 1 hour for tutorials. The tutorials are mainly online. So I'll urge all of you, if you don't have a smartphone, you get one, or
you acquire a laptop. That is very, very necessary. A student who absents himself or herself for a cumulative period of 21 days from all lectures, tutorials, practical and other activities prescribed for any course in any semester shall be deemed to have withdrawn from a course. So if we realize that you have not been attending lectures for continuously for 21 days, you are out. So students are expected to attend lectures and write examination at any time as deemed by the academic board. So over here, you cannot say because I am SDA. So SDAs don't work on Saturday. So an examination or a lecture period is scheduled on a Saturday, or you are a Christian, you are to write the university's examination on a Sunday morning. You cannot say you want to do it.
My dear students, we are excited to have you as part of the UPSA family. I wish you every success in your studies. Thank you once again.
Good morning. Good morning. There are close to 3,000 of you here. There are close to 3,000 or more who did not get admission to UPSA. So let's try this one more time. Alright, so let's try this one more time. Good morning. Good. I welcome you. I'm sure you've received a lot of welcome from many of our faculty and staff this morning. I'd like to add my welcome to you for being here today. As I mentioned earlier, we have all received so many messages from individuals who wanted their awards to come to UPSA. We have a list a mile long, and you have been the lucky few that we've been able to select. I say that tongue in cheek because I know there's a lot of work that will be involved in you being here. Your presence here is a contract between you and I. You do your part, and we assist to make sure that you graduate from UPSA with one of the highest honors and are able to contribute your quota to nation building and making this country great and strong. I stand here just before we hear from our Vice-chancellor, who has so many words of wisdom that what I will say, I believe I should end here and ask you to welcome warmly the Vice-chancellor of the University of Professional Studies, Professor benediction.
And it's always a difficult task when you ask registrar to speak before I do, because she's an American and I'm a Canadian, so it becomes a bit more difficult. But thankfully I'm talking to Canadians, so they would understand. The first announcement is that once you are admitted to UPSA, first rule of thumb, you have to watch GTV Sunday 7 p.m. Talking point 7:30 p.m. It's a must, it's a requirement, it's a commandment, it's a creed, admonishment, because the host of Talking Point is our own dear registrar, Dr. Koyo Wright. So I expect all of you to watch. The first exams you write in class will be what did they discuss the previous Sunday Talking Point. I hope I've made my point clear. All right. You are welcome to UPSA. I'm sure you've been told time and again, and the registrar mentioned it, that it's a privilege for you to gain admission to UPSA. Because I'm sure by now you know that thousands applied, and you are the chosen few. Just yesterday, they sent me 2 result slips that the 2 got 8 ones, state it was wanting to come to UPSA, I had the unpleasant duty to tell them that no, admission is done. I know other institutions would like to have these people come to their institution. They will bend the rules for their sake. But UPSA wouldn't do that. Even what the numbers you see here, that's not all of you. They've done that of management faculty already, which also runs in the thousands. So you are privileged to be here, and I think to say congratulations is in order for you to get admission to the University of Professional Studies, Accra. So having done that, I congratulate you for your admission. For every privilege that you have, we also have responsibilities. I'm sure you know that. The primary reason is that you study. It's the most important reason why you are here. This place is not a tourist attraction, not a tourist center. It's to acquire education. That's why you are here. So I'm sure you heard it over and over again that you have come here to study. It's supposed to be given. And ordinarily, we should take for granted. But we are not doing so. We are telling you what you already know. See, in Ghana, every year we produce 100,000 graduates from tertiary institutions. We are able to absorb 10,000 in the public sector, not with 10,000. That means that we have a backlog over the years. That is why you have unemployment all over the place. The question is, if I'm going to employ a BSc accounting graduate, aside knowing how to debit and credit, what else would I look for? The first thing a rational boss will look at, your appearance. First thing, your appearance. You will look at the way your hairstyle, the way you dress, the flying tie, and all of that. So you learn that from here. This is the reason why UPSA graduates tend to get job earlier. Because we don't just focus on the things you learn in the classroom, and you appreciate it, because we are professionals. When we insist on that for your sake. And now you are part of UPSA. You are charged that keep the standard and also build upon it. Please read information on the notice boards. Every day, go on the website, check what is there. We don't paste, we don't ring bells like they do at your place. In fact, if you don't read notices, school will vacate without you knowing. You alone will come and we are open. There's no change lesson here. I'm sure you excel. God keep you. God bless you. Be under the blood and finish your school. We'll graduate you come 4 years. Amen.
Thank you very much, Ofamati. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we will call on Mrs. Letitia Champon, our Senior Assistant Registrar for Teaching and Examination, to walk us through the examination rules and the grading system.
I'm talking to you about examination rules and the grading system. And in this presentation, we will look at eligibility for examination, examination rules, examination-related offenses and penalties, and the grading system. So, I said you write exams before you can graduate. What is an exam? An examination is a formal test that you take to show your knowledge or ability in a particular subject and to obtain a qualification. And director said that the moment you register your courses, you have registered to take all examinations in the university. And you are required as a student to attend all lectures, tutorials, seminars, and practicals, and undertake all assignments as may be required by the university. If you absent yourself from lectures for 21 days, it means that you have withdrawn from the program When I said 21 days, I know somebody is saying that 21 days, that one is not possible. 21 days is 3 weeks. You attend lectures once a week for every course. So if you continuously attend lectures for 3 weeks, then it means that about 3 lectures. It means that you are deemed to have withdrawn from the program. And as a student, you have responsibilities towards examinations. All examinations, we have 2 main examinations. Interim assessment examination, which is the mid-semester, and the end of semester examinations. So note that for every examination, you have 3 responsibilities. The first responsibility is what you have to do before the examination. The second one is during the examination, and the third is after the examination. And when you are going to the examination room, make sure you don't have anything on you. No paper in your pocket, no phones, no books, etc. These are prohibited items, so we'll look at that. I think it's projected. So no weapons. You are laughing. I know you won't do that. No smoking, no reading materials. Some of you will intentionally put papers in your pocket and come and tell us that when you are caught, you tell us that you forgot when you were learning, you forgot and then you brought it to the exam room. Or you took a friend's trousers to wear and it was in it. We won't listen to all these stories. No inappropriate dressing. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Note it. If you dress like this to the examination hall, you will not be allowed to enter. You'll be asked to go and change and come. And when we start the examinations, 30 minutes after the start of the examination, you will not be allowed to enter. So assuming the exam starts at 9, and you come and you're asked to go and change and come. By the time you come back and it's 9:30, you will not be allowed in. So don't dress indecently to the examination hall. The ladies, if you decide to dye your hair mauve, pink, green, don't bring it there. If you bring it there, you will not be allowed to write the exams. So the maximum and minimum workload is as indicated. So every semester, you are supposed to do a minimum of 15 credit hours and a maximum of 21 credit hours. And the mark that will be used to grade you is 100%. And 60% shall constitute end of semester examination and 40% interim assessment examination. So as a student, you should always be in good standing. A student in good standing shall be one whose CGPA is at least 1.00. So at every point in time, you have to make sure that your GPA is 1.00 and above. If it falls below 1.00, you'll be advised to withdraw from the university. This is the definition of the grades. As I said, A to C is a pass grade. And grade D, F, X, and Z constitute failed grades. So these are the grades you should avoid. Although grade D is a failed grade, it is considered as unsatisfactory grade, and so you can graduate with it only for general education courses. So you realize that the courses that you have registered for, some start with B, so BGEC and BCPC. For the BGEC courses, you can graduate with a D with a maximum of 3 Ds. But the BCPC courses, that one, if you get a D, you have to resit. We have grade IC, which is incomplete grade. This is a grade that you have to avoid. When you get this grade, then it means that there is something wrong. You have to go to the faculty, your department, and go and report, especially if you took part in the exams and the interim assessments. Go to your department and report. Don't go and report and go and sleep. Follow up until the grade reflects. A grade X is also awarded to students who are unable to write the exams. So if you don't write the exams, you get a grade X. If you get X, it means you didn't write the exam. So if you have X and you wrote the exams, same thing. Follow up and get it resolved on time. Then we have Z, and this is a grade I pray that you all avoid. This is awarded to students who are involved in examination malpractice. So if you are involved in examination malpractice, you will be awarded a Z, your paper will be cancelled. And a Z means that you have failed the paper, so you have to write it again. And AD is awarded for attendance at lectures. So this is a course that you audit, you attend the lectures, write the exams, but you are not graded with it. So this is a classification of diploma programs. So when you put your grades together, just as Director explained, your final cumulative grade points will determine your class. So for the diploma programs, you have distinction, credit, pass, and fail. So if your final cumulative grade point is 3.50, it means that you are getting distinction. Very good, you have done well. If you are getting credits, then it means your FCPA is 2.5 to 3.49, and then below 1.0 is a fail. So you go home with nothing. This is the classification for degree. That one we have first class honors, second class honors, upper and lower division, third class honors, pass and fail. So if you are within the range of 3.60 and 4.0, it means that you are a first class student. And if you are between the range of 3.00 and 3.59, it means that you are a second class upper student. And so again, I will advise that you try and fall within the first three: first class honors, second class honors, upper division, and second class honors, lower division. Try as much as possible not to go below it.
Please, let's clap for them. The Dean of Students, Mr. Mauni Fegu. Let's welcome him.
I'm to address you on regulations for students, UPSA dress code, fire prevention, SRC issues, and many others. But if you watch carefully, or if you have been listening, you will realize that many people who have spoken previously are referring to the student handbook. Rules governing teaching, lecture attendance, examination, dressing, general behavior, and registration have been covered, and they are referring to the fact that they are all outlined in the student handbook, which means you can't stay here without reading this book. Get a copy for yourselves. The rules are there. what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. If you disobey, the punishments are all outlined over there. Many of you try to receive your letters through this university, using the university's post boxes. But unfortunately, the letters come here. We are not able to identify the students and give the letters to them. Because John Mason, we can have about 90, 300 John Masons in our system. So whose is the letter? We cannot even identify you. So if that is what you want to do, getting letters through the UPSA post boxes, then make it unique.
Learn how to connect with your colleagues. It is very, very important. I'll move on to know yourself. When you find yourself in the lecture room, it is very, very important you know who you are. Some may sit in the class, and at the end of the day, they remember everything their lecturers said in class. Some may also go to the hostel and revise. There are people I call God on earth. For them, they misbehave in lecture halls. They are always having fun. At the end of the day, they need only 2 days to examination to revise 569 pages, and they will get A. If you are not such performers, if you are not those who stand under the authority of God, to have that ability to read 569 pages, less than 2 hours, and write and get A, you should know yourself. Learn how to manage your time. It's very, very important. One guy propounded a song. He said that one day you leave this world behind, so learn to live a life that you will remember. So have fun, do everything that you are supposed to do here.
Moving on swiftly, we would invite Mr. Pesima Passion, the Deputy Director for Information Services and Technology.
Technology is very important when it comes to teaching, learning, research, and administration. So we provide all these services within the university's vision and mission. Our offices are located within the Law Faculty building, also called the J.J. Marty building. We are on the 3rd floor. When you get to the 3rd floor, you see a sign directing you to IST. So the first service that we provide, like I mentioned, to aid teaching, learning, and research, as well as administration, is we provide internet service. So in the University of Professional Studies, the Vice-chancellor has made it possible for the students to enjoy free Wi-Fi services. So within the university campus, you see a hotspot called EduRoam. Right now, if you look at your laptop or phone, you see a hotspot called EduRoam. You have access to this hotspot. When you come back on campus to start your lectures, you can go to the computer lab within the J.J. Marty building again to get this service activated. The other service that we provide is Google Workspace for Education. I believe most of you use Gmail, which have some services within. But within the University of Professional Studies Gmail service, we have Google Classroom, we have Google Documents, like the one that you use in Microsoft Word. You can use slide sheets, forms, just like the Microsoft Office suite. We also have storage for students. So within the period that you're going to be within the university, you can have access to some volume of storage to keep your data and other information. You can use it within the 4 years that you're going to study here. And when you are done and you are leaving the university, you can download this information in the storage and take it away. The storage has some security, so nobody can have access to your document unless you share it with your friends. You can use it to share documents with your mates as well. We have Students Information Management System, popularly called UPSA. I believe most of you use it in applying to the university. You use this to do the registration, which I believe most of you have done. You can use it to check your results and also access an unofficial transcript. Of course, the university website is also available for you to access information that you need.
You need to understand that we do annual billing on the platform, your student fee payment platform. However, we make provision for you to make part payment for a semester. So for example, we are in the first semester of the 2022-2023 academic year. So we make provision that you pay 50% of the annual fee plus all the miscellaneous for the academic year, which must be paid in first semester before you are able to register. But I believe that all of you sitting here have already registered, so you have done that. Maybe you did it yourself or somebody did it for you, you have done it. For example, the diploma cohort, the academic user fee is 4,112 cedis, and you are expected to do 50%. And when you work it out, that is 2,056 cedis. That of international students is 3,000 USD, and 50% is 1,005. So you can see the other ones that follows for the other programs, undergraduate, LLB, 4-year group, and then 3-year group in that respect. But take note that the miscellaneous fees, all is to be paid in the first semester. If you make a mistake and pay and leave one, just one of them, the smallest of them is 10 cedis. If you leave it out, you will not be able to register. So in order that you don't have issues, when you are going to do the disbursement, start with the miscellaneous first, and whatever amount that is left, you apply it to the facility fees so that you don't have issues with registration. How do you make payments into your student wallet? You can either walk to any access bank and do a cash deposit to your wallet, it will reflect. Alternatively, you can pay with Momo or Visa or debit card. And how do you do that? You log on to the platform as a student and you look for the wallet option. When you click on the wallet, you have the option to pay by mobile or pay by Visa or MasterCard. So if you select mobile, then MTN Momo is selected by default. If your wallet is not MTN, then you have to select the appropriate one. And then you enter your wallet number by prefixing it with +233 and your number and the amount that you have to pay. Of course, when you do that, the charges by the telecos will be displayed there. It's stated that it's 1.9% of whatever transaction that you are doing. If you think that you want to proceed, you proceed and you get an alert for you to put your PIN. As soon as you put your PIN and you have enough money in your wallet, you will see the money appear in your student wallet for you to now do the disbursement.
Very interesting here, anti-sexual harassment policy or anti-sexual harassment policy. You all know what happened last year. Now, this sexual harassment policy is a guide. It is a guide for you when you want to enter into a relationship with somebody. You can't do it free, you can't do it anyhow you like at UPSA university. You cannot just do anything you like and go your way. There is a sexual harassment policy. Please get it and know what you are doing. I'm stressing on this because every semester we get issues about sexual harassment. We don't stop students here. And I will say it over and over and over again, that if you see a young lady and you like her, follow the protocols. Do the needful. If the lady says no, what do you have to do? You should do what? Well, at UPSA, if the lady says no, it is no. No means no. So if she says no, please leave her alone. Leave her alone. That's what the policy is saying. Leave her alone and move on. And leave her so that she will be free. She will feel free to move around. We don't want to make the environment to feel so confiscated for some people. Some people don't want to come for lectures because some guys are harassing them. So they won't come for lectures. That's not what we want to do. We want to achieve a harassment-free environment. That is why we have taken pains to come up with this policy. Please, sexual harassment on UPSA campus is a very serious offense. Don't fall to it. In fact, don't attempt it. You can come to the counseling unit. Feel free, walk in. Come and let us help you. If you are addicted to pornography, come. There's a way we are going to help you to break away from those habits. Anger management, anxiety, relationship issues. As for relationship issues, it's a story for another time. Because I'm sure now some of you have already started pairing up. You've already been able to identify who you think you want to date and who you think you want to do whatever you want to do. This is a free environment, but there are rules. We'll come to those rules. Now, there's also a policy on drug and substance abuse. We are not saying you shouldn't drink, but get the policy and know what the policy says before you start opening your bottles of beer. There's also a pregnancy policy for our females who want to get 2 degrees before they finish school at the same time. They want to have a baby, they want to get a first degree. There's nothing wrong with that, it's allowed. But one thing that you should know is that pregnancy is not considered as a sickness. But if in case you are having complications with your pregnancy, assuming it is examination week and you are delivering around that same time, what do? Please link up with the gender units and let us find a way of sorting you out. So all pregnancy-related issues, pregnancy complications, you can't attend lectures, you can't do this, you can't do that, please let us know so that when the worst happens, we'll be able to help you. So the gender office is also located at the same place as the counseling unit here. And the officer in charge is Mrs. Patience Arabampa, that's myself. So if you come, I am there, my colleagues are also there. And we are at the JJ Martin block, 3rd floor, right wing, room 16, but the room number keeps changing. So this is my contact if you want to get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. All protocol observed. I will also, in line with other speakers, welcome you to the great University of Professional Studies. Like the chairperson said, when I see people sitting down, I'm not happy. In my field, the body should always be in locomotion state. So please let them be upstanding and do some small shaking. Let us all be upstanding. Yeah, let's be upstanding. Good. No problem. Yeah, we have to start the course right away. Good. So let's stretch our hands up. Stretch our hands up. Stretch our hands up. Good. All right, we stand on our toes, lift high, bend backwards, bend forward, go to the left, go to the right, good, come back, go, come back, shake and swivel. All right, please be seated. Good, at least. I'm a teacher and I believe in practicality. So when you look towards the right, you can see the state of the art astroturf. When you come to UPSA, nobody needs to tell you. The whole Ghana, we are the only university that has astroturf, not even the University of Ghana, Legon. They are now struggling to put up a hockey astroturf. They have not been able to finish. It's even the government that is putting it up for them. So UPSA is a unique university. So count yourself lucky to be in the University of Professional Studies. I always say it's the only university in Accra. Look at our name, UPSA, Accra. No other university in Ghana has Accra. So that is a very good. Very lucky. Good. Then we have the basketball, volleyball, handball, badminton, and tennis court. It's a sports complex. One area, now we have all these facilities in there. So please make time to come, and then, of course, we have almost everything there, the rackets, the boots, and what have you. So just walk in. I will clothe you and you play sports. Good. Then we have hockey. For the hockey, we usually train in the hospital. Then we have athletics. Athletics, usually we can't demarcate or can't mark on the hospital. So usually we go to Accra College of Education or ERWAC to train. So those of you who are athletes, the runners, 100 meters, 200, javelin, discus, when you come, I would design an appropriate training program for you, and then we develop our individual talents. So for those who are fortunate to join the UPSA team, that's the Ghana national team, for us to travel, I can assure you, like I said, only your passport, and then we give you dollars, not even cedis, we give you the hard currency. So you can come, like some people say, you come and then flash it over, and I can assure you that you get the most beautiful lady on campus. Then another opportunity to travel. You travel a lot. Good, you travel a lot. Then you create network. I told some other group that in this world, even if you are my enemy, I will try to become friends with you. But I don't know where you will help me to solve a problem. Good. So I've almost done with all the things that we need to know. Then one will ask, if we leave campus and then our colleagues write an essay or exams, how do we make up for? We have a sports policy in the university. So anytime I'm taking students out, I just write to the registrar, I compile your names, write the numbers. First, we'll verify to see if you are our students. Then I will send the letters to the deans, directors, and heads of department to exempt you from quizzes, assignments, and all academic work. So when you go and come, you will also come and then do your distance. So it won't affect your academic status. So on this note, my office is just in the house hotel. You see the seats. Behind the scenes, we have offices. The third office there is where my office is. So please find time and come and write your name.
So I'm sure everything we are telling you today, you forget. Don't worry. You forget everything we are saying. But I'm sure as the semester progresses, there are some things that you remember, others you forget. And if you realize you need any assistance, walk into any of your head of departments, and I'm sure they are going to direct you to the appropriate place. So for UPSA, when it comes to healthcare, we focus on holistic care, not just physical illness like a headache and stuff like that, but we also focus on your mental, your social, and spiritual. That is health. So if someone is healthy, it is these four dimensions we're looking at: your physical, mental, social, and spiritual. So at the clinic, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have pharmacists, we have laboratory technologists, we have psychologists, and all those people there to address your needs. And thankfully, our place, you wait for a long time, like another university we go around. You see, we have to brag because we are okay, and we are better than a lot of others. So at the clinic, very, very pleasant environment. Anytime you have a physical or mental or social related problems, or even spiritual related problems, come to the clinic. If we can't deal with it, then we are likely to refer you to the right place. So in moving on, some of the health issues that you are likely to face is a chronic illness. Some of you have sickle cell, and you know the pain and everything that comes with it. Some have asthma, some bone-related problems. You know, there was a student who had this pelvic pain because of an accident. And so you may have some form of pain, peptic ulcer, stomach-related problems. And all those ones we're able to help you with that. Infections like malaria. So in the night, when you study, make sure you have some mosquito repellent and stuff around, because that will help you. Respiratory infections, the cough, catarrh, cold kind of infections. And COVID-19 is still around. You know, now that we are not too strict on protocols, you can see. Because now we know what to do with COVID-19. But it doesn't mean it's not there. Some people, come to the place and it's COVID-19. Last 2 months, someone gave me COVID-19. And I started telling my wife where my investments are. So that in case, thankfully I'm still alive. But COVID-19 is around, but you have to be very, very careful. Then urine infections because of sanitary problems in the facility. So if you're in a room with other people, make sure that the place is clean. Some of you, in the morning you may bath, in the evening you won't bath. The washroom is always dirty, and you are cool because it's the smell that comes from there that gives you appetite. See, that is what you do in your home. But when you do that with other roommates, you are exposing them to all kinds of infections, and that is not okay. Then female-related issues like some vaginal infections, also sanitary issues. And we advise you not to douche, where you have all kinds of feminine wash and scented products. That place has been designed nicely by God, and it has its own protective mechanism. So normal water is fine. But if you douche and put all kinds of things there, and your environment is also not clean, it creates a lot of problems. Then sexually transmitted infections. In an environment where you have all kinds of people around, sex becomes one of the concerns. And if you keep sleeping around, you come up with a sexually transmitted infection, including HIV. You've had students who have been diagnosed with HIV before, and they are around nice, right? And having HIV is one of the diseases, but it's quite difficult to manage HIV-related problems, And so be very, very careful. This menorrhea, pain with menses. If you have pain and you are writing your exams, it's not easy at all. And sometimes during exams, if you have any medical condition, come to the clinic. When you are at the clinic, we will make it very, very comfortable for you. If we need to extend the time for you to write your exams, you're going to do that. But don't go to another place and come for excuse duty from our place. It doesn't work that way. So during exams, if you have any health-related problems and it has to be addressed, you come to the clinic. And sometimes people have to write the exams at the clinic. And when you come during that time, I may give you lunch. So make sure that when you are unwell, you come to the clinic so that we attend to you then.
Financial aid unit. We provide financial services to students, but we don't give you money. What we do is we guide you, direct you as to where you would go and get financial support to be able to pay your fees. So we have students loan service, that is student loan scheme fund. Student loan scheme fund, they have their office here. It is a fund set up by government to support students to access funding for their tertiary education. And you can apply, you go to online and access it. They have a website. You get to a website and access that fund. You might have had your admission letter before. You can access that fund. You should have Ghana card, and you should have e-switch. So if you have paid your first semester fees, but coming to next semester, second semester, you don't know where to get money to pay your second semester fees. You would have to start the processes now to be able to get the funds for your fees for next semester. We know so many of you had it difficult to pay your first semester fee. So take note, you don't come at the last minute and you would want to apply, you won't get the money immediately. So Student Loan Trust Fund is one of the funds that you will be able to access to pay your fees. So those who are interested, you can, if you have the interest to apply, you have to start now. Especially once you have finished registration, the university has your data, and then the scheme office also would have your names. So you can get to the office. Their office is located at Reverend J.J. Mate building, the second floor, AB9, AB10. You can get their office there. The officers are there. They will help you to be able to apply for the student loan scheme fund. Then we have Get Fund. Their website is open. You can apply, but you may not be sure of getting it. If you are lucky, you'll be able to get it. So, Get Fund, that is Ghana Education Trust Fund. You apply online, and then they will be able to, if you are lucky, you get it. But that place, you wouldn't be sure of getting it. But Student Loan Fund scheme, you get the money, but it's a loan. You also have MTN Foundation. MTN Foundation also support students by giving them student funds to pay their fees. You should have been a brilliant student before you access that fund, like other funds. Test for Ghana is also one. All these funds are there for you to apply. We also have others like Bonoboto. This fund is peculiar to only those from those areas in the Upper East region. Then we have the Vice-chancellor's endowment fund. Our Vice-chancellor has set up an endowment fund that you can apply, and you should be a brilliant but needy student. So it will be based on your results that they would, when you fill the form, you go to the university website, you'll be able to pull the form and fill.
I'd like to invite Mr. George Bolte, who is our Director in charge of Quality Assurance, our stakeholders in this university, who would need your input to make this university better.
Okay, good afternoon once again. I think he's made a very important statement. As stakeholders in this university, we need your inputs to make the university better. Continuously, that is what our students have been doing. The Quality Assurance Directorate basically is there to ensure that all our programs and everything that we do over here is fit for purpose. So we basically seek feedback from our stakeholders, the students being very important part. Your lecturers are teaching, they want feedback. They are teaching you, they want feedback. They want you to tell them whether they are doing it well so they can improve upon it. So periodically we'll send you evaluation forms, and please, when we send the evaluation forms, please take your time to fill it. With some of the evaluation forms, if you don't complete it, you can't write your exams. It has become compulsory. You have to give the feedback. I want to assure you that all the feedbacks are confidential. If you give a feedback in terms of what the lecturer is doing, the lecturer never gets to know, as much as we use it in guiding the lecturer in improving upon his teaching. So we have different types of evaluation. We have evaluation that concerns lecturers. We have evaluation that concerns, the institution, the school as a whole. When you're about to leave, would want you to give us a feedback for us to evaluate. When you go out working, we want you to give us a feedback for us to be able to improve upon our programs. Because when you are working out there, at least you know whether you are the one in good shape to tell us whether our programs are good and it's really helping you. The Quality Assurance Department is in room 10 at the ground floor, Saint Mustafa, the way. You can always walk in. If you have any problems, you share.
We just learned our friends from the Narcotics Control Commission are here, and they will take just 5 minutes also to walk us through what we need to look out for. Let's welcome the representative from the Narcotics Control Commission.
My name is Patrick Ejapong from the Narcotics Control Commission. I'm with the Education Department, and I'm here with my colleague Nicholas Tukun at the back there. So we briefly want to share with you some tips that you need as a student to be able to make informed decisions regarding drug abuse and trafficking. When it comes to drug trafficking, they usually identify vulnerable people. Maybe your family background is not that good. Women, and then they lure them to traffic drugs. So this video we are seeing is a footage that was taken in Nigeria, and a woman was lured to swallow 90 pellets of cocaine, heroin. And the pellet is just about the crown of this microphone. She has to swallow 90 of them. And she will dip them in something slimy and swallow them. Once they get into your belly, if you are not able to beat the time, and one ruptures, within 3 minutes, you'll be obituary. Gone too soon, you die. People are dying as a result of swallowing drugs. Please, can we go to the second clip?
Hi.
And this one is about addiction. Addiction. People become addicted such that without the drugs, their normal life is abnormal. And the moment they take the drug, they become abnormal, which is normal, which is abnormal. As you can see there, I'm sure this lady, when she was young, had an ambition of becoming a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, even the president. But that is the result of drugs. Very, very pathetic. Last year, I'm sure during the long vacations, we want to travel outside, make some money, and come back and pay our school fees. And so, we should be very, very careful when we are traveling. There are 3 things I would like us to bear or take note when traveling. One is that whenever you are traveling outside, make sure you pack the luggage yourself. Do not allow anybody to pack it for you, because you do not know what that person will put in. It could be this hand sanitizer. Somebody can empty it and put cocaine, which is also white, in a liquid form, and you really know it is drug you are carrying. Number 2, do not accept this from people that you are going to give to other people at the other side. So somebody will tell you, my uncle likes fufu, so kindly take this powdered fufu and then can abenquine for him or her. He meet you at the airport. Do not do that. Those who deal in these drugs, they have the machines, they're able to unseal these canned food, the original ones, scoop out the content, put in the drug, and seal them again. So if you take it, you'll be arrested. Then at the airport, do not assist anybody, not even your pastor, myself talking to you, or anybody at all, because you do not know what that person might be carrying. Then also, do not leave your bags unattended to. Somebody can just drop in some drugs and you'll be in trouble. So to conclude, the law that gives us power is Act 1019. And this law says that if you are arrested for using drugs, for use, you will be fined, because now we see drug use as a disease. If you are not able to pay the fine, then you go to prison for 15 months. Then for trafficking, when you are convicted, you go to prison for not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years. In addition, you pay a fine. If you default the fine, you go for additional 3 years. So assuming the judge gives you 25 plus 3, you go 28 years. And by the time you come, your friends will have gone way, way ahead of you. So please, let's be cautious. Let's make the right choices and stay away from drugs. If you want to contact us, please don't hesitate to call us. Our numbers are security numbers. You may call us. If you miss your call and we call you back, you see private number. Do not hesitate to pick it and let's talk so that we can find a way forward. So just call 0299 40 17 91. That is the Education Department number. 0299 40 17 91. Then for the counseling unit, 0299 40 17 92. So it's 91 92. Thank you very much.
To walk us through the learning management system, I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Edwin Ayeno, Director of our Documentation and Information Management Center.
Using technology to enhance or to improve the face-to-face teaching and learning that you are quite familiar with it has become one of the structures or the traditions of this university. So I'll just take you through a very short presentation on what you need to know, what you need to have, and a little advice for you. The first thing I would say is that by this time, you will all have a UPSA email address, an official UPSA email address. The address usually will be your index number. You know your index number. It's on your admission letter, in case you have forgotten. So the email address is your index number at upsamail.edu.gh. That's the first thing you have to know. Otherwise, you cannot participate in the virtual space where e-learning takes place. So you need to know your UPSA email address. Okay. We have a manual on the UPSA website where you have information on how to activate the email for the first time. So go to the UPSA website. The website is upsa.edu.gh if you have not been told, or in case you do not know. You just find the activation manual or user manual for UPSA virtual and UPSA email or UPSA mail. So go through the process to activate it. Nobody can do that for you. You have to do that yourself. Okay. And we use UPSA virtual. Director of Public Affairs mentioned LMS, Learning Management System. So our Learning Management System is the UPSA virtual. Okay. So on UPSA virtual, you are able to attend virtual classes. You are giving assignments, you are giving content, that's your lecture notes, you submit assignments, and you will take some of your end of semester exams using the UPSA virtual. I can see you are happy because you take those exams in the comfort of your homes. But don't be too happy. If you copy, we will catch you. Because there is a software that scans everything that you do and compares what you have submitted with what others have submitted. If you are going to download something illegally from any website to submit as an assignment, the system can scan and find you out. So don't be too excited about that. So the platform is used for everything, teaching and learning, classroom, work, etc. So that means all the rules of engagement in the physical classroom apply when you're in the virtual space. Everything you do in the classroom, the attending class early, not disturbing, all the rules of engagement in class, in the physical class, apply in the virtual space as well. So take note, UPSA mail is very important. If you don't have UPSA mail, you cannot get access to so many things. Then you can access your UPSA virtual. We also use Zoom and Microsoft Teams to do real-time lectures, what we call live sessions, okay, where a link will be sent to you either on the virtual space or through the class WhatsApp group. You click the link when it's time for you to be online, and then you participate. There are also rules of engagement in online participation. Don't wear a t-shirt and put it in front of a camera and pretend as if you are in class. The system can also find you out. Be able to do these things. What devices you need to have? You need to have a smart device. Laptops, preferably, you need a laptop. You need a tablet. Any of them will do, not all of them. If you can afford all of them, God bless you. You also need a phone. That is, if you do not have a tablet and a laptop. I'm not talking about young phones. I'm talking about smartphones. Okay. I wish you could all afford a tablet. It will help you to make life understand. If you have a desktop machine, keep it at home. We don't have space for them here. So for laptops, for desktop, keep them at home. Not in the hostel. At home. When you go home, you can use that one. We don't have enough space for desktop. Then, of course, internet access. Whilst you're on campus, you can find hotspots everywhere. And I think the hostel as well. So if you need free Wi-Fi, whilst you're on campus, be able to access the free Wi-Fi platforms. Otherwise, you have to provide your own internet if you're outside the spaces I've mentioned. What you need to know: basic browsing skills. Okay, basic browsing skills. Of course, if you are doing Snapchats, the other was in TikTok, which one? Instagram. If you are doing all those things, it means you have these basic skills I'm talking about. You should be able to create very simple text documents, okay, and then creating PDFs. When it comes to submission of examination online or assignment online, the required format will be PDF, except the lecturer prefers something else like Excel, PowerPoint, or any other thing. Otherwise, PDF is always a standard format.
Thank you so much. I'll make it very brief since it's past lunchtime. Some of you might be feeling so tired. There's no protocol anywhere. So please and please, on your platform as freshers, I know that some people will be circulating some articles and other things saying that, oh, okay, there's a protocol somewhere for student loan, pay 200 cedis for registration, pay so and so for protocol so that you get a fast track access. No. Please debunk all those notices. It is free registration, and registration is done online. It's done online on our website, www.sltf.gov.gh, www.sltf.gov.gh. So there's no protocol anywhere. It's free of charge. Nobody's supposed to charge you for any assistance. No. I am being paid to do my job, so it wouldn't be fair on my side to take any funds from any students to help them do the processing or assist them get the funds. No, you are entitled to it. So please, if you get any such notice, please draw our attention or draw the attentions of your facilitators here, and they will get to us. Luckily for you, we have a zonal office on campus, and we are situated just next to where you will take your student ID when they are ready. That's the graduate block, the School of Graduate Studies, AB9B. AB9B. That is where our office is.
Fortunately, I'm the head of legal UPSA. I'm not here to frighten you. I'm just here to take you through a few of our processes so that you don't fall foul of the law. By the way, you're welcome to UPSA, the University of Choice. As you may be aware, we are all governed by the laws of Ghana. But if you decide to come back to school, you're also governed by what? An additional regulation, which is the fundamental regulations of UPSA. So essentially, I'm not a born person. Once you are in school, I'm not governed by any other student regulation, but once you are in school, you are governed by UPSA regulation. A few things I would want you to take a look at when you are here is, one, our laws are very stringent on stealing. I believe a lot of you are good people, that's why you are here. To be able to travel this far, it means you have some level of ethics and good conduct. So I know none of you here will fall foul of the law. Our law abhors stealing, and like I indicated, if you have a straight policy, we will dismiss you, and we will also hand you over to the police. That will be our prejudice. So if you steal and we dismiss you, the police will also take up the matter, prosecute you, and jail you. And when you're taken to the court, you'll be jailed. We also do not want a situation where students will be fighting each other. The hostels are an extension of the university campus. So when we get you fighting, we take you through the disciplinary process and you will be sanctioned. We also, one of the stringent things which we see much recurrence is examination malpractice. Please spend your time fruitfully. We are told research indicates that 30 to 40% of the time is spent on your iPhones and phones and all those things. Please, you are in the university for a reason. Ensure that you go through smoothly and you come out successful. Don't wait till the last minute when you have a lot of things to ingest and now you want to copy things from foreign materials. If I say foreign materials, you know, some of them even now copy it in their hijab, anything that they can take to the exam room. Please be assured that we have very strong rules on that and we will get you when you take those materials to the exam room. When we get you, depending on the nature or gravity of the offense, we may decide to dismiss you or you may go for suspension for about 3 years. Imagine you are in your first year and we suspend you for 3 years. By the time you return, your colleagues will be at level 300 or 400. How would you feel if your colleagues are at level 300 and you are at level 100? Or level 400 and you are at level 200? So please, please and please, take a very social note.
Shall we be upstanding? We started with a prayer, and this time I want to invite the students. I want a student to come forward. We've been told to please come forward. Let's clap for you. Let's clap for you. Professor Man, I think we are good to go. All right. So let's bow our heads as we take a word of prayer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
Thank you, Imam. Thank you very much for that prayers. And wish you all the best. Safe journey back home and to your hostels.